Hello, I'm Dr. Miles. Welcome back to Senior Vitality US 365. What if I told you there is a simple 6-letter code that could save your life, or the life of someone you love, from the devastating effects of a stroke? Many of us have heard of the F.A.S.T acronym for recognizing a stroke. But what most people do not know is that this code is incomplete. It misses two of the earliest and most common warning signs. When a stroke occurs, time is brain. For every single minute that a stroke goes untreated, the brain loses nearly 2 million irreplaceable cells. This is not about scaring you. This is about preparing you, because knowing what to look for is the first and most critical step. Today, we are going to learn the updated, more complete code to recognize a stroke. It's called F.A.S.T, and understanding these 6 letters could change everything. Let's begin with the 2 signs that the old acronym missed. The first letter is B for balance. Imagine a loved one is walking across the room, and then suddenly, they stumble. They might lurch to one side, grab for a wall to steady themselves, or complain of an intense, spinning dizziness known as vertigo. I know what you're thinking. Occasional dizziness can be a part of getting older. But the key word here is sudden. A sudden, unexplained loss of balance or coordination is not normal. It is an emergency signal from the cerebellum, the brain's balance control center, that it is being starved of blood. The second letter is E for eyes. Your eyes are windows to your brain's health. If a person suddenly complains of blurry vision, sees double, or experiences a sudden and painless loss of vision in one or both eyes, this is a major red flag. It can feel like a curtain suddenly falling over their sight. Again, vision changes can have many causes. But when it happens abruptly, with no clear reason, it may signal that the blood supply to the parts of the brain that control sight is being compromised. Now, we move to the classic signs, which are just as crucial. The third letter is F for face drooping. This is one of the most recognizable signs. If you suspect a stroke, ask the person to give you a big smile. Look closely. Is one side of their face drooping or numb? Is the smile uneven or lopsided? A sudden asymmetry in the face is a classic sign that the brain's signals to the facial muscles are being disrupted. The fourth letter is A for arm weakness. A stroke often affects one side of the body. Ask the person to raise both of their arms straight out in front of them, like they are holding a tray. Watch to see if one arm begins to drift downward. They might also complain that one arm or leg feels incredibly weak, heavy, or completely numb. This is a direct sign of an attack on the brain's motor control centers. The fifth letter is S for speech difficulty. Picture a lively conversation that suddenly grinds to a halt. The person may begin to slur their words as if they are intoxicated. They might use the wrong words or be unable to speak at all, even though they seem to be trying. You can test this by asking them to repeat a simple sentence, like "the sky is blue today." If they struggle, it's a serious sign. This brings us to the most important letter of all. T is for time to call 911. If you notice even one of these signs, B, E, F, A, or S, do not wait. Do not see if it gets better. And please, do not attempt to drive the person to the hospital yourself. You must call 911 immediately. Paramedics can begin life-saving treatment on the way to the hospital. They are trained to manage the situation and can notify the emergency room in advance, ensuring the stroke team is ready and waiting. This saves precious minutes that can make the difference between recovery and permanent disability. Now, what should you do in the moments while waiting for the ambulance to arrive? First, try to note the time the very first symptom appeared. This is one of the most important pieces of information you can give the doctors, as it determines which treatments are possible. Second, help the person into a safe and comfortable position. Lying down with their head and shoulders slightly elevated is often best. If they are nauseous, gently turn them onto their side to prevent choking. Third, and this is critically important, Do not give them anything to eat, drink, or any medication, including aspirin. While aspirin can be helpful for certain types of strokes, it can be extremely dangerous for others. Only a doctor can make that decision after a brain scan. Stay with the person, keep them calm, and continue to observe them until help arrives. Finally, I want to talk about the why. These signs are the fire alarm. But what starts the fire? Silent enemies like high blood pressure, a diet high in processed foods, a lack of physical activity, and chronic stress are all silently damaging our delicate blood vessels day after day. Preventing a stroke is not about fighting a fire. It's about fireproofing your life through small, consistent, healthy choices. Let's quickly recap the life-saving code. B-E-F-A-S-T-B for balance. E for eyes, F for face, A for arm, S for speech. And T for time to call 911. This knowledge is not a burden. It is a gift. It is the power to act decisively, to be a protector for your family, and to give someone you love the best possible chance at a full recovery. Now that you know the B-E-F-A-S-T rule, which of these signs were new to you? Please share in the comments below. Your answer could help reinforce this vital knowledge for someone else in our community. Thank you for watching. Be well and be prepared.